If a magnetar appeared halfway between Earth and the Moon, you would not have time to process what was happening. You would not have time to call anyone. You might not even understand the source of the disruption, because the most powerful magnetic object in the known universe would begin altering your environment before its light ever reached your eyes. And strangely, physical survival would not be the most unsettling consequence. Phase 1, the strongest magnet in the universe. A magnetar is not a planet, not a black hole, and not really a star in the ordinary sense. It's the remnant core of a massive star that has already completed its life cycle in a supernova. What remains is a sphere roughly the size of a city, perhaps 20 kilometers across, containing more mass than our entire sun. A single teaspoon of magnetar material would weigh billions of tons under Earth conditions. That alone would make it extraordinary. But the mass isn't the truly alarming part. The magnetic field is. An ordinary neutron star already possesses a magnetic field powerful enough to challenge intuition. A magnetar takes that field and amplifies it by roughly 1,000 times. We're talking about magnetic fields trillions of times stronger than Earth's, powerful enough that, according to theoretical calculations, a nearby magnetar could begin influencing the magnetic structure of matter itself. This is not merely a larger magnet, it's an entirely different category of cosmic object, one where conventional ideas of distance and safety begin to lose meaning. Phase 2, the first signs. So let's run the thought experiment. Let's bring a magnetar toward Earth, step by step, and examine what happens at each distance. 100 million kilometers away, roughly 2/3 of the distance to the sun. At this range, nothing noticeable happens. It appears only as a faint source of X-rays in astronomical instruments. Daily life continues normally, 10 million kilometers away, closer than most planets ever approach Earth. Astronomers would be watching it continuously. But on Earth's surface, you would still notice nothing unusual. 1 million kilometers away, about 3 times farther than the Moon. Now, subtle changes begin appearing. Compass needles drift unexpectedly. Earth's magnetic field begins experiencing disturbances. Aurora-like displays appear far beyond the polar regions as the magnetar's magnetic influence starts interacting with our planet's own magnetic shield. 100,000 kilometers away, closer than many artificial satellites. And this is where the situation stops being subtle. The magnetar's field would begin overwhelming technological systems across Earth. Navigation equipment would become unreliable. Communications infrastructure would experience widespread disruption. Power grids would face immense electromagnetic stress. Satellites would encounter conditions far beyond their design limits. The environment itself would become increasingly incompatible with the technology modern civilization depends upon. And the magnetar would still be approaching. Phase 3. Your technology dies first. Long before the magnetar threatens a single human body, it goes after our machines. At a few 100,000 kilometers, the magnetar's field would induce massive electrical currents in anything made of conductive metal. Power grids would surge and fail. Transformers would overload and burn out by the thousands. The kind of cascading blackout a powerful solar storm causes, except sustained, growing, and far more violent. Satellites would be the first confirmed casualties. Their delicate electronics, never designed to survive a field anywhere near this strength, would short out and die within minutes. GPS, communications, weather tracking, gone, all at once, all over the planet. Phones lose signal. The internet doesn't just slow down, it stops existing. Radios fill with static, and then silence. In a single afternoon, humanity would lose the ability to talk to itself across any distance farther than a shout. And the magnetar still isn't done with the easy targets. Phase 4. Your body begins to fail. This is where it stops being about your phone and starts being about you. Close to 10,000 kilometers, loose metal objects in your house begin to slide, vibrate, and eventually fly toward the strongest pull of the field. Anything with iron in it, tools, cars, the steel frame of your building starts to groan and shift. But the real danger is inside you. Your body is mostly water, and water, like almost all matter, has a faint magnetic response. At Earth-strength fields, that response is meaningless. At Magnetar strength fields, it isn't. Scientists have calculated that fields this powerful can begin to act on the diamagnetic properties of living tissue, subtly tugging at the water in your cells. They can distort the electrical signals running through your nervous system. You wouldn't feel a clean, simple sensation. You'd feel wrong, disoriented, nauseated, your thoughts sluggish, as if your own nerves were receiving static instead of signals. Some researchers have suggested effects ranging from intense vertigo to outright neurological shutdown, depending on exposure. And we're still not at the worst of it. Closer still, the danger stops being biological. It becomes atomic. Phase 5. Reality stops making sense. At close range, within roughly 1,000 kilometers, a magnetar's field becomes so extreme that it starts rewriting the rules atoms live by. Every atom in your body is held together partly by the behavior of its electrons spinning in clouds shaped by ordinary physics. A field this strong would not leave those clouds alone. Calculations suggest electron orbitals would be compressed and stretched into elongated shapes along magnetic field lines. Chemistry depends entirely on the shape of those orbitals. Change the shape, and you change whether a chemical bond can even exist. At this level of distortion, ordinary chemical bonds holding DNA and proteins together would no longer be physically possible in their normal form. This is also where physics itself starts behaving strangely. The vacuum of empty space becomes magnetized and bends the path of light, an effect called vacuum birefringence. Photons moving near a magnetar do not travel in simple straight lines. Their paths curve and twist around the field. You would be standing inside a region where light itself does not behave the way it does anywhere else you have ever existed. Phase 6. Death. By now, death is not a single moment, but a sequence. Your skin's nerve endings would have failed long before, drowned out by electromagnetic noise stronger than any biological signal. Cells built on folded proteins and membranes begin losing the structural integrity that depends on correct folding. Molecules built from ordinary chemical bonds start to come apart as electron clouds are forced into shapes those bonds were never designed to hold. What remains is not tissue anymore, but a cloud of atoms with electron structures violently reshaped by a field far beyond anything near our sun. And underneath all of that, on the most fundamental level, the matter making up your body is no longer matter behaving the way matter is supposed to behave. It's just particles, suspended in a magnetic field so extreme that the universe's normal rule book has been thrown out entirely. You wouldn't have screamed. You wouldn't have had time to understand what killed you. Your nervous system, the very thing that would have registered pain, was among the first things to fail. Phase 7. Cosmic perspective. Here's the part that should actually unsettle you. Magnetars aren't science fiction. Astronomers have confirmed dozens of them scattered across our galaxy, and there are likely many more we simply haven't detected yet. They are silent, invisible to the naked eye. Far older than human civilization, drifting through the galaxy on their own slow orbits, completely indifferent to everything happening on the small blue planet a few thousand light years away. If one ever drifted close enough to Earth, and the universe has had billions of years to arrange far stranger coincidences, every war, every city, every achievement in human history would become irrelevant within seconds. Not because the Magnetar hated us, not because it was even aware we existed, but because the universe simply allows things this powerful to exist scattered through the dark, waiting for nothing and answerable to no one.